If the spark tests indicate further ignition system problems, continue by testing the ignition module or modules. Remove the blower housing and physically inspect the modules and associated wiring and connectors. Remove and clean all terminals, including the spark plug lead connectors. Remove one module mounting screw. Make sure the other screw is silver in color and is properly grounding the module. Identify the module used on the engine you are testing and refer to the module resistance table for ohmmeter test values. Check the resistance readings between the points shown in the table. A clear coating on the magneto core may prevent the probe from reaching ground. Probe into the open screw hole to test ground. If resistance readings are not within the values listed in the table, the module is defective and must be replaced. If the module tests good, reattach all connectors. If any connectors are not tight, pinch the female connectors slightly to tighten connections. Check and adjust the module to flywheel magnet air gap. Turn the flywheel so the magnet is away from the module and loosen the module mounting screws. Pull the module away from the flywheel and snug the screws. Place a 13/1000 inch feeler gauge under each leg of the module. Turn the flywheel so the magnet is centered under the module. Loosen the screws and allow the magnet to pull the module up to the flywheel, sandwiching the feeler gauge between the flywheel and the module. Snug the module screws. Turn the flywheel to remove the feeler gauge. Turn the magnet back past the module to be sure there is no interference between the module and flywheel. Torque the screws to 35 inch-pounds. Perform a spark test to confirm correction of the problem. On units equipped with SmartSpark, further tests are available to test the SAM module. Locate the red power source lead to the SAM in the engine connector plug. Connect a voltmeter between the engine side of the connector and ground on the engine. Test voltage in both run and start. A minimum 7.25 volt reading must be observed in each test. If the correct voltage is not observed, perform normal circuit checks on both the power source and ground sides of the circuit on the equipment to locate the source of voltage loss. Disconnect all of the leads from the SAM, including the green ground wire attached to the intake manifold and the red power lead tied in the harness to the intake manifold. Also disconnect both yellow and brown wires from both modules. Connect the tester red lead to the red power feed and green lead to the green ground wire. Connect the yellow and brown leads to the yellow and brown wires on the module. This tester provides a power source to operate the SAM, then runs through an automatic sequence to simulate trigger coil voltage through the entire engine operating speed range. Press the button on the tester and observe the LED display. This tester allows the SAM to adjust the timing of the SCS control signal, which is ultimately the ignition retard value. When the tester sequence ends, a P on the display indicates the module passes. An F indicates the module failed. The tester evaluates spark timing to determine if the SAM is providing the proper timing adjustment. When reconnecting the SAM leads, make sure connections are tight and properly sealed. SAM performance can also be checked on a running engine. Connect a timing light to one of the spark plug leads. Place a mark on the rotating flywheel screen. Start the engine. With the engine running at idle, aim the timing light beam at the screen, locating the reference mark. Place a mark on the blower housing to align with the mark on the flywheel where it is illuminated by the timing light. Increase engine RPM to full throttle. Watch the timing mark on the screen. It should move as the timing is advanced with increased engine RPM. Move the timing light to the other plug wire. and repeat the prior test. The idle timing marks on the blower housing should be 90 degrees apart. If not, check the terminal connections where the yellow leads connect to the modules. Repeat the timing light test. These tests must be performed in a structured procedure for accurate troubleshooting. Also, attentive observation of all conditions and engine operation characteristics can provide valuable clues in identifying ignition system problems.